What's up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to motherfucking reality. Now, we got a partial crew here today. Got Mr. Sal. Sal's here.
What's going on, guys?
And then we've got a couple friends that happened to swing through First Form HQ today, and I'm looking forward to having them on the show. I've got my good friend David Meltzer, and then my new friend Carlos Reyes. What's up, brother?
Sir. How's it going, brother?
Good. Boys? Good. So, for my people that don't know who you guys are, I'll start with you, David. Just give them, a little 30-second rundown of what you do and what you're all about.
Sure. My journey is a little eclectic. Graduated law school, got into the internet, despite my mom told me it was going to be a fad. Became a millionaire 9 months out of law school. Went up to the Silicon Valley, raised hundreds of millions of dollars, became CEO of the world's first smartphone with Samsung. So I ran their phone division. Met Lee Steinberg. Most people know from the movie Jerry Maguire. So I ran that sports agency with Lee Steinberg, and Warren Moon was my business partner there, the Hall of Fame quarterback. 11 years ago, we spun off a marketing and media company for sports around the biggest events in sports and charities. In the last 3 years, I've built my own brand, speaking, books, podcasts.
I love the message.
New TV show, yeah. And my mission in life is to empower over 1 billion people to be happy. Yeah. So I know you and I share that mission to empower others, and seeing this facility, it's quite obvious you're putting the reality to your dream.
We're trying. We're getting started. We talk about day one here.
Did you catch that he's also the model in Dos Equis, the beer campaign? This is the most interesting man in the world. I was sitting there thinking like,
Forrest
fuck,
Gump,
I sold copiers. I did some fucking, this guy's like, yeah. And then I split the atom. I actually invented flying. And you might know it as the electric car.
Hey. we bring in a high quality guest.
Fuck, I mean,
we don't fuck around over here.
My pal Sal.
Yeah, hey, I'm a hype man.
What's up, Carlos?
Sir, my story is actually not that sophisticated. I was brought here twice illegally. Single mom, she never made more than $8.25 an hour. It took me a very long time. It was a very expensive and extensive process to become a citizen of the greatest fucking country on earth, right?
Yeah.
And I made all my money from real estate, flipping houses. I started with bandit signs and on the street.
That's awesome.
I earned it the hard way. And God willing, we get into that. How a lot of folks nowadays, they forgot what hard work is, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's where I come from. I was born into extreme dirt poverty. Dirt roads and dirt floors. Where I come from. Taking showers out of a bucket and taking a crap in the back in a back house that my grandfather built. Having a washing board and hanging our clothes on wires. That's where I come from. And so when I got to America, I was blown away. This was like the land of milk and honey for me. So here we are. And I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk a little bit more about that work ethic thing.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about you, but I would imagine your grandpa's proud. I mean, you got to think.
God bless him.
You got to think in that sense, right? Where he's coming from and where you're sitting. I know nothing about you.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
take that as an offense. I think it's an honor. Have us in our little room here, and it's that's badass,
dude. I heard something. Did you guys come? Did your mom come to the U.S. through a drain pipe?
Yeah. So
from where?
Through San Isidro, next to Tijuana.
Yeah.
From Sonora. We're from Sonora. I was born in Hermosillo, Sonora. I was raised in Guaymas, Sonora, which is about an hour and a half south, next to a resort area called San Carlos Bay, right? Yeah. So my mother, she left me and my brother with our grandma and our grandpa for about 1.5 years, 2 years while, she made her way to California first, Escondido, San Diego County. And she worked the fields, got amnesty. Then she tried to bring me and my brother through a drain system. The first time we got caught, kicked out. We waited 2 days, and the second time we were successful, made it to California, and then we only lasted about 1.5 years there because it was way too expensive for a single mom. You know what I mean? So we were crushed, defeated, went back down to Mexico. And at this point, I'm about 9, 10 years old, and I was already working as a 5-year-old in Mexico, but now when we got sent back, my mom and I had a plan, and the plan was to get her over to the States again.
Yeah.
So she started working in the resort areas, cleaning the rooms there, and I started bagging groceries, at a retail store called La Ley. I had my little, my little cap and my, my little gown, and I would bag groceries, take them out to the cars, and then ask for a tip. So at 9, 10 years old, we saved money for about 2 years. And then we sent her back on the bus, Greyhound, to Phoenix, Arizona, and that's where we are now.
That's awesome, dude.
Yes, sir.
That is awesome. The land of oppression and the land of all bad shit.
The land of oppression.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's what we see, right? Like we hear this in the media everywhere we go, and here we got a real life story of someone who's come to this country and taken advantage of the opportunities that we, who are born here, seem to forget about that we have.
I'm living the American dream.
Yeah,
man.
bro, I love it. It's fucking awesome.
Thank
Perspective's a motherfucker. Isn't
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I was being highly sarcastic about the land of oppression.
There used to be a definite optimism. So when I say that, you could be living in Jim Crow South, right? Or you could be living in Compton during the race wars, and yet everybody with no money. I grew up with no money, single mom, 6 kids. She packed my dinner in a paper bag. We had food stamps, but there was a definite optimism that if you worked hard enough, right, and you didn't whine, you lived in a try me world, not a why me world, and that's what you're talking about. Everybody's like, why me? That's like so frustrating that now we don't even have the definite optimism, and people are sitting there blame, shame, and justification, and allowing everyone to control their own optimism.
It's become from what I see, you know, and I was thinking about this today as I was doing cardio. I was thinking about how, you know, when when I got started in business, it's been 22 years now. It was, you wanted to win, and then you celebrated the wins. And it seems to me that has gone almost completely away, which is something I'm never going to give up on because I like my life. And it's been replaced with this attitude of whoever the biggest victim is gets celebrated the most. And so we have people competing over, and we look at this. Let's look at Instagram, or let's look at Twitter, or let's look at people's content. Like so much of it, and they've taken this idea of being vulnerable and telling the truth, and they realize that like whenever the sadder the story I tell, the more attention I get. Right. And so now we have, you know, it's just like the girls who only show their ass ever. You know, now we have people who all they do, every message is fucking complain about how shitty things are. And you know what? If you're going to complain every single day about how shitty things are, guess what? Things are going to be pretty shitty.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, Andy, I always, because I try to not stick my head on Facebook.
Yeah,
right?
I've been off Facebook since 2017. It's the greatest thing I ever did.
The BS you see on there, and you see all these people complaining. I grew up with a lot of those people. You know what I mean? Yeah. I grew up with a lot of those people. I got here in the 8th grade, and I got to have some friendships from from the hood and all that stuff. Sure. And they victimize. A lot of them victimize themselves, unfortunately. And I just don't understand if they were to ever ask an immigrant, right? Hey, man, do we really have it this bad here in this country? That immigrant would actually look at that person and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Like, what are you talking about? You have it this bad, where I come from, like, bread, like food isn't even guaranteed that same day, right? My grandmother, forget that. My mom at that resort used to work for about $31 a week. You know what I mean? Like $31 a week. There's nobody in this country that's making $31 a day.
Yeah.
Right. So, and a lot of those folks that complain about this country, you just tend to wonder, I fought really hard to get here. The second time I came through Nogales, I came through a fence. I was 10 years old, right? Mm-hmm. My mother literally just said, hey, listen to this guy. He's going to take you to the McDonald's on the other side. I didn't even know this guy. When he told me to jump, I jumped. When he told me to duck, I ducked. When he told me to run, I ran, right? And then he got me through a hole in the fence. My mom contrabanded me up to Phoenix, right? And I don't understand. Like, it took me like so much hard work to get here. Me and my mother to get me here, and then my brother. I don't understand what these folks are complaining about. If they don't like this country,
bro,
why are they still?
The problem is they don't understand what they're complaining about either. That's the point. Nobody gets it. It doesn't make fucking sense. The best saying online right now is make it make sense. Because none of the shit that these motherfuckers are doing or saying makes any sense.
You want to hear the funniest shit ever, right? So my family in Mexico, they thought I was dealing drugs.
Bro, my neighbors think I deal drugs.
Mine did too.
So my mom,
I still do.
my mom had to, when they came to Phoenix, this was like a few years ago.
Yeah.
When they came to Phoenix, my mom, I don't know what the hell they were doing there, right? My mom took them to my office. We bought a 10,000 square foot office in like downtown Phoenix. Took them to our office just so they can show them my operations, my brick and mortar business, right? Because they were going around telling the entire family in Mexico, in LA, in Chicago, how like I became some kind of drug lord.
Bro, I get it.
The cartel.
You know? So my mom had to physically show them that I wasn't dealing drugs. Because they're like, how the hell, because we were the poorest kids in our family, right? Like, how the hell over there, diff is considered welfare, right? They're like, how the hell did that diff kid get all this, right? So they just were just saying that I was dealing drugs.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what everybody thought on the old street I lived on.
Guarantee it.
Everybody. And then I think the people at the new street sort of think I do, but they're not sure because they see this building like in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, it's in the same vicinity.
So they have figured out like I think maybe they think it's like half and half, you know? Like, I don't know.
I mean, you got to give the people at the other place credit. I mean, when you did have 90s hip hop blaring out the back door on Tuesday afternoon, they probably picked up to it. The new neighborhood, you don't have neighbors.
Yeah.
So they don't really hear it. So
That's
they can't
true.
one-on-one, you know?
Yeah. I've gotten to the point where it's automatic for me. I don't even like go through the evaluation process of why do I feel this way? I'm just like, fuck it. Here's the list of shit I got to do. So I'm doing it. And that's what I do.
That puts you to center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell myself, I'm like, if you don't do that list, you're going to be, that shit you're scared of, that's going to fucking happen. So I move, you know? What about you?
I can tell you this. I believe that a lot of folks in this, you know, in today's society, fear is what's obviously holding them back.
Yeah.
You know, 9 out of 10 people aren't successful and they're not living their ideal lives because they cave in.
Yeah.
They cave in. Some of us have made fear our friend.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we all feel the same emotions. We're all fearful, you know, at some point. I mean, shit, I believe that at 10, 11 years old, when I was hopping through that fence for the second time coming into this country, I'm sure I was pretty scared out of my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But, you know, it needed to be done.
Right.
Right. So that's how you just push through it. Those that actually push through that fear, they come out on the other side, unlike anybody else in society.
I think a lot of people also kind of put fear and uncomfortableness in a linear relationship when they're really not. Like, uncomfortableness is usually the things that make you grow, like, but you're afraid to get uncomfortable. It's like cold fucking water. You know what I mean? Like, nobody likes getting in cold fucking water. They'll say, oh, I love cold water. No, you don't. You get used to it.
I do.
No, you get used to doing it.
I actually like
cold
it.
showers.
Yeah, I do
cold
like
showers,
it.
yeah.
Because
Wim Hof.
It's what helps me sleep.
Yeah, but you didn't always like it.
No, I fucking hate
It's
it.
like being
For
uncomfortable.
Sure. Yeah.
And then so I realized, okay, to separate the differences in the two is like, all right, what scares me? And not to get it confused with what I'm uncomfortable doing. Because through that uncomfortable pathway is where I've had most of my personal success, relationship success, personal success, development. It's like, okay, if we know that fear crushes all these dreams, okay, we have to separate what fear and uncomfortableness, like, and have the awkward conversation, because usually in those conversations you get the most growth.
I totally agree. And I agree with how all of you guys said it, you know, and that's, I appreciate that there's different perspectives on it. But at the end of the day, you know, I think people get lost in the idea of even addressing their fear. Like they're afraid to like even look at it. Like, so they stick their head in the sand. And then what happens is, you know, more things get surrounded, and then they become overwhelmed because they haven't addressed any of it.
I can tell you this, Andy, you may be like this too, right? You said you're an animal, you're a beast. And when you see competition, right? Maybe other supplement companies out there, you're like, I want to do whatever they're doing. I want to do it better. Right. So, but that also brings an emotion of like, you know, just like, I don't know, it's not envy. It's not an envy. It's like a unhealthy competitiveness. Right. And for me, I had to really, you know, most of my life, I was like in survival mode, right? Survival mode. And I had to really switch that around to, you know what? I had to put like, this recently happened literally like 2 years ago. I had to take all the warrior suit off, you know, because for me, it was always war, right? And I had to take that warrior suit off and say, all right, you know what? I have to start being grateful. You know, I'm no longer in a war. I'm no longer in battle. I have to start being grateful. And I have to be, you know, if I come home, you know, I got to put my husband hat on, right?
Yeah.
My husband hat on, my daddy hat on, right? Or else, because if I'm in that trance the whole day, I mean, shit. If my wife's coming up to me, I'm like, hold on, I'm taking, you know, right? You know how it is, right? Yeah. You know, it changes. So when I started being grateful, I'm like, I just started really different things started to come to my mind. Like, you know what? I'm not even supposed to fucking be here.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not even supposed to have everything that I have. And even like, shit, I'm not even supposed to be in this country. Right? I was illegal for the longest time. You know what I mean? Imagine like throughout your life, you're like, shit, I hope they don't catch us because we're going back. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I just had to make that switch. Like, all right, I'm no longer in a war zone. Now I just want to, I got to be grateful. And then once you start living in gratitude and appreciation, life just becomes so much better, man.
It becomes even more effective. You're even more effective than you were when you thought you were being the most effective. And guess what? You get to have fun instead of being pissed off all the time.
I look at, when you start looking at being intentional and really having good interactions, you stop taking away the worth of somebody because of a watch or because of a car and because of a thing. And what you realize, like as humans, like we all have the same motherfucking problems. We're all scared at some level. We all deal with money issues, no matter how much money you have. We deal with relationships problems. I mean, it's part of the nature, whether you have a great relationship or not, like you still have fucking issues. And when you can sit down across the table from somebody and actually have a real conversation and give a fuck about them, the magnitude of their ability to give a fuck about you is 10x, because it's so rare. Back to your point about gratitude. It's like, it's so rare for somebody to ask, hey man, how's your day? Hey, how's your relationship? How are you doing? It's so rare. And people, we like to talk about ourselves, like the real Sal AF, right? Like I like to hear myself talk, but if you look at it in a relationship standpoint, like we're not often asked, hey, how you doing? How are you? Like, and instead of it just being a question at the beginning of a conversation, like, how the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Everybody's fucked up in some way.
Oh, dude.
There's
That's the 3
nobody.
a.m. conversation I really like.
Everybody's fucked up. I can tell you this, 4 weeks ago, I came off Klonopin and Paxil, How did I get there? I didn't take care of myself. I worked my fucking ass off, eyes open, eyes closed.
Yeah.
So then, in 2017, I came down. Well, I thought something was wrong with me, right? I felt dizzy and shit and heart palpitations, all kinds of stuff. And I'm working out. I'm like, man, I don't feel good. And I've always been an ox, I'm a Mexican street dog, like I've never been sick, So I don't know what's going on. I go to the doctor and I have brain MRIs, I have blood scans, I have
Depression.
heart. I have heart stress tests, right?
Yep.
You take a pill, they put you upside down.
Yep.
And after like months and months and months of research, my general doctor just says, hey man, you have GAD. I'm like, what's GAD? General anxiety disorder. I said, what? What is that? What's anxiety? The way we grew up, we don't.
Right.
What is anxiety?
That's
right?
for pussies.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. What's anxiety? Anxiety. Like, yeah, man, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, man. You got anxiety, so I'm gonna, you got to go see my friend, the psychiatrist, and he's gonna put you on some pills, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody's fucked up in some way.
That's why I knew it was something like that, because I had the same exact fucking thing where I thought
Did you
they
go
thought
through
I
it?
had a fucking brain tumor.
Oh shit!
It turned out I have what's called a pineal cyst, which actually turns out to make me like, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, a super manifester.
That's crazy.
So,
You proved it.
well,
I got the picture.
Yeah. Look at
That's
this
what
shit.
people. Go ahead.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
real
I
ad.
climb Everest.
but I had to go through
watched
the
this.
same shit.
188.
That, people don't understand that, right? A lot of the folks that are listening right now, they think that it's all nice and peachy, right? They think that it's nice and peachy, but they have to understand that you're gonna have to put yourself through hell. Like, you have to be willing to die for this shit.
That's a fucking fact, bro.
Right? When people say, "Oh man, you're fucking killing it," but people don't understand that we killed ourselves.
I got to pipe
get
in on
here.
this one, because just like I said, the common denominator of it must be what you can be. The other common denominator that I've learned kind of as a Napoleon Hill of podcasting is that everybody, in running Lee Steinberg, right, the greatest notable sports agent in the world, we had everyone. No matter who you are, the same percentage of your life, my life, and his life sucks. And it's the people that learn how to find and deal with the suck. They're the ones that become successful. But in no way, even when you become successful, it's the same percentage of my life sucks as when I was 5 years old and my dad left and I was broke and
Bro, there's always going to be shit to fix.
Exactly. You just got to figure out that percentage,
How do you
and
say
that's
that?
what makes it.
You're going to be what you can be?
You must be what you can.
Must be what you can be. I mean, it's been a hell of an opportunity to build up your team too, because a lot of people are transitioning from things they were doing to new things. I mean, dude, We've got, what do we have? 60, 70 new employees since March?
I literally told the
more?
guys this morning.
And they
I
all
said,
come from somewhere else, right?
Fucking right.
Great talent.
And they're good. They're good people who have come from a career path that they were unhappy with or unfulfilled with or just wanted something new, and they took it as an opportunity to get better.
They were forced out of that comfort zone.
And fuck, dude. I mean, how many do we have?
My biggest thing this morning was I was telling the guys I didn't build the office big enough. Like I was like,
Dude,
holy fuck, man, I thought we were going to grow.
You didn't build this thing big enough?
No, the actual office space.
No. We're
Oh,
already
this
out
is
of
like
office.
this is like football fields.
No, I know. We're going to have to literally build another building right here next door because we fucking underestimated the size of the fucking building, and which is
That's
the
crazy.
opposite of
That's crazy,
what
yeah.
we 24 months ago we were shitting our pants like, oh my god, we're going to build this building and it's going to be like we're going to have walkie-talkies to talk in it.
We have 200. So I expanded the auditorium from 190 to 222.
And now we can't do shit in the auditorium because we had too many fucking people.
We have to split the companies up.
Yeah. So
That's a blessing.
yeah, it's great.
blessing.
But the point is every single one of those new people, they made the decision. They said, you know what? I don't want to be this anymore. I don't want to do this. I want to do something with purpose. I want to do something that matters. I want to do something that I'm excited about. I want to be a part of something. And guess what? Guess who was there to scoop those amazing people up? We were.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a great lesson that's not told in that story is what did we really do? Yeah, we faced fear. It was scared, but we had a meeting. We said, you know what? I don't give a fuck what we do. I don't care if we don't get paid for the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months.
Nobody's losing their job.
Nobody's losing their job. We're not backing down their hours.
Boom.
Exactly
We're going
what
to
I
keep
did.
everybody online. And that loyalty piece and that conversation that spread through our culture, our guys all knew. We say, hey, you're going to work from home. If you worked 37 hours over the last 30 days, we're going to pay you 37 fucking hours, even though we don't know if you're going to work 10. We're going to keep you online.
We don't know if you're going to work 10 for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
But we're going to pay you every fucking week, and that's what we did. I think we're one of the only companies that I know of that actually did that. I saw other people on social media firing their whole fucking company.
They ran
a
for
day
the
into it.
fences. Ran for the fences.
But here's the other thing too that I want to put out there. P.S. We're hiring.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But I think that culture goes back to like when you treat people good, be intentional about what, like it wasn't like, hey man, we got to keep these motherfuckers online.
Yeah.
This is our livelihood. They went out and told their friends like, hey man, like we're hiring. This is a great place to work. And guess what? The best way to double your business is to fucking bring a friend.
Well, hey, how about this? Where do people go to work at First Form? Where do they go?
In a warehouse.
No, I know.
No,
but
how do they find
How do
you?
they fucking know about it?
Oh, we have what is it? It's work here at firstform.com.
Yeah, work here at firstform.com. You have to fucking move here, and you got to be willing to bust ass. But as far as I know, it's one of the only day one opportunities that you're ever going to get for a company that in 10 years you're going to be saying that's the fucking new Nike. Okay,
Best
And shit
headquarters
like
I've
that.
been in.
Huh?
It's the best headquarters I've been in. I've been to Nike, Adidas, everywhere. So
man.
We're going to do it.
it's
bro.
awesome.
Yeah, we're doing it. And it's and people say, you know, oh, dude, like Andy's just like huffing and puffing about it being day one. No, I'm not. Like I'm in this for the fucking game, dude. And it's not about me. If it was about me, I would have sold the company the fucking 10 times I've been offered to sell it. You know, we're just getting started. So if you are one of these people who's around and thinking like, fuck, dude, you know, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to be a part of something from day one. If you're willing to start at the bottom and put the time in, and the time that you have to put in is not that long, we're hiring. So anyway, dude, thank you guys so much for coming on. This is a great show.
Thank you.
Real quick, where can people follow you, David?
It's at David Meltzer. I do free trainings every Friday. So just at David Meltzer, david@dmeltzer.com.
And
At Carlos Reyes, CARLOS REYES at Carlos Reyes on Instagram. So that's
Cool.
I'm very active there. I try as much as I can
I
to
get
be
it.
responsive. You know.
you're running a real business. I get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Brick and mortar.
We got jobs.
Yeah, that's
sure.
right. All right, guys, that's the show. Remember, the fee is the fee. So if you laughed, if you learned something, if it brought a new perspective, it gave you a new way to think, you know, make sure you talk about the show and, you know, share it with your friends. And make sure you give these guys a follow and support what they're doing. They're both doing really good stuff. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.